Welcome to a new deep dive.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're exploring a really interesting corner of Japanese food,
Mhm.
specifically this highly prized dish, golden fried horse mackerel.
Right, aji furai, but a very specific kind.
Exactly. And you sent us a great source for this. It's a blog post from Japanese OISHII Foods.
Yeah, it goes into a lot of detail on this one dish.
So we're going to use that as our guide, really try to understand what makes this fish and this way of cooking it so special.
Sounds good. The mission then is to figure out why it's become such a sought-after thing.
Yeah, and uncover some pretty surprising details the source mentions.
Like a special day just for fried horse mackerel.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And how frying the same fish two different ways gives you totally different results. Crazy.
it is pretty wild.
Okay, let's jump in. First off, have you ever heard of this term golden horse mackerel before looking into this?
Honestly, not specifically golden.
Hmm.
I knew ajiji, of course, but the distinction was new. The source clarifies it, though.
So what is it? What defines it?
Well, the main thing, according to the blog, is that it's non-migratory,
Non-migratory. So it just hangs out, doesn't travel.
pretty much. Stays put in coastal areas, inner bays,
Okay.
and crucially, it likes to settle near reefs, shallow ocean floor spots.
Why there? Is the food better?
That seems to be it, where the food is plentiful and this habitat.
Mm.
It seems like that's key to everything that makes it
Mhm.
different.
And golden part, does it actually look golden?
It really does. It's described as having this quite beautiful golden body color.
Huh.
The source thinks it's a kind of protective coloration, adapting to the sunlight in those shallow waters.
Right, like camouflage against the sand or rocks, maybe?
Exactly that. Now, contrast that with your regular horse mackerel, sometimes called black horse mackerel, which does migrate.
Okay, so one travels, one stays home.
Right. And because this golden one stays near all that food, the source says it basically just keeps eating and sleeping.
Hmm.
Apparently. And that lifestyle,
Hmm.
it leads to a totally different build. It gets large, thick, round, really quite tall.
Wow.
And it builds up significant fat reserves.
So its lazy, food-filled life literally makes it a bigger, fatter fish. That's quite something.
It really is just a consequence of its environment.
How does that change the taste then? All that fat and size.
Well, it's described as having very little odor, which is a plus for some folks.
Yeah, some people dislike that strong, fishy smell.
Right. But the flavor itself is strong and pure
Mm.
and sweet. It's that mix, clean taste, but rich that really sets it apart.
That enhanced taste seems like the obvious reason it's gotten so popular recently, which the source points out. Is that the main driver?
It seems to be. The source pretty much pins the boom on its overwhelmingly delicious taste.
Overwhelmingly delicious. That's quite a claim. What is it specifically when fried that gets that reaction?
It comes back to the size and fat. When this fish gets fried, you get that perfect contrast everyone loves. Super crispy outside from the breading, right? But the inside stays incredibly flaky and juicy.
Ah, yes. The holy grail of fried food.
Exactly. The source even contrasts it with regular fried aji, which it says can sometimes be a bit dry.
Right.
But the golden kind, being thicker and juicier naturally, avoids that problem.
So the fish's unique body, developed because of where it lives, directly helps achieve that perfect fry texture.
Fascinating.
It all connects back.
Was there like a moment or something that really pushed it into the national spotlight?
Oh, yeah. Media played a massive role.
Figure.
It apparently got huge national recognition after being featured on some big TV shows, like Masuko no Shoranai Sekai back in May 2022.
Ah, the Matsuko effect. That show can really make things blow up.
Absolutely. And that exposure just turbocharged the popularity of restaurants already serving it.
Right.
Especially places getting their fish from, say, the Boso Peninsula. The source mentions one called Sasuke Shokudo.
Sasuke Shokudo, okay.
Yeah.
They became incredibly popular, drawing crowds. And that TV moment seems to have sparked this sort of national reevaluation. People started seeing golden aji fry as this premium version of a classic Japanese soul food.
It's amazing how TV can do that, turn a local specialty into a national must-try practically overnight.
Totally.
And speaking of national recognition, this may be the wildest part, the source says there's an actual day for fried horse mackerel.
There is. Fried Horse Mackerel Day, or Aji Friday, March 21st.
March 21st. Okay, why that date? Seems very specific. Is it some kind of wordplay?
It is. And it's pretty clever. It relates to the Japanese writing.
Okay.
So the character for horse mackerel, aji, is written in. That last part can be read as san, which means 3.
Okay, san, 3. got it.
Then the word fried is furai. Phonetically, you can break that down. Fu sounds like two,
2.
and rai sounds a bit like one.
So san, 3 from the character, and furai, 2-1 gives you 321, March 21st.
You got it. It's a deep linguistic pun.
I love that. Who thought that up? Who established the day?
It was a company called Kakanoya Foods Corporation. They're based in Tottori Prefecture.
And it's official.
Yep. Recognized by the Japan Anniversary Association in 2022. This is a legit thing.
A proper anniversary. What's the idea behind it? Just to sell more fish?
Well, the stated goals are kind of twofold. One is simple, to let more people enjoy the taste of fried horse mackerel.
Makes sense.
But also, importantly, to raise awareness of the protection of marine resources.
Oh, that's great. Celebrating the food and thinking about sustainability. I like that.
Me too.
Yeah.
And the source even throws out an economic impact number for this day.
Really? How much?
Estimated at 3 billion yen.
3 billion yen just from Aji for a day. Wow.
Yeah, it really shows how much value and buzz this whole thing has generated. This is a serious number for one dish.
That's incredible. It really highlights the cultural and economic weight it carries now. Okay, so we've got the basics, the popularity boom, its own holiday. Let's dig into the core appeals the source lays out. The 3 big attractions of golden horse mackerel.
Right. So attraction number 1, as we've kind of touched on, is its special texture and taste.
Back to that key difference.
Exactly. Just hammering it home. It's
Yeah.
bigger, the flesh is thicker, and it has way better fat content than your standard achi.
And that's what makes the frying so good.
That's the ticket. When fried, you get that amazing texture contrast. The breading is super crispy, right? But the inside stays really plump and juicy.
That crisp, juicy thing again, so important. And the flavor. Remind us.
Minimal bluefish, smell or taste. Instead, it's just a clean, strong, natural flavor and sweetness.
Right.
Makes it really approachable, actually, even for people who aren't huge fish fans.
Okay.
And the source notes, peak season is early summer to fall.
Yeah.
It's when the fat's at its highest, and the flavor is just like, melt in your mouth rich.
Good timing note. Early summer to fall. Okay, what's attraction number 2?
This one I find really cool. It's the comparison of different cooking methods.
Comparison? How so?
Apparently, some specialty restaurants actually offer a comparison horse mackerel fry, like a tasting flight.
A tasting flight of fried fish. I'm in. What do they compare?
They take the same golden horse mackerel,
Yeah.
but they fry it 2 totally different ways.
Oh, interesting.
One way is deep frying at high heat. That
Yeah.
gives you the classic golden horse mackerel fries, golden brown, what you'd expect.
Right.
The other way is deep frying at a low temperature, but for longer. And that produces platinum horse mackerel fries.
Platinum. What does that look like?
It's described as having this beautiful pale white appearance.
Whoa. Same fish, totally different look, and presumably texture just from the cooking temp and time.
Exactly. It really shows off the chef's skill,
Yeah.
and the quality of the fish itself, that it can handle both methods and turn out so distinct.
That's brilliant. A great way to appreciate it.
Yeah, the source presents it as this like luxurious experience. And it mentions Chiba Prefecture as a place with several restaurants doing this comparison, each maybe with their own little tweaks.
Very cool. And best time for this is also summer to fall.
Yep, same peak season for the best flavor experience, early summer to autumn.
Got it. So special taste and texture, fascinating comparison cooking.
Yeah.
What's the third attraction?
Number 3 is its high scarcity value.
It's hard to get.
Exactly. It's described as rare, highly valued, not something you just find easily in any fish market.
Why is it so rare? Is it just not common?
It goes back to where lives those shallow reefs.
Right, the habitat again.
It makes it hard to catch them efficiently, like with big nets.
Okay.
So, according to the local fishermen quoted in the source, they often have to catch them one by one.
One by one. Wow, like line caught. That explains the rarity.
Definitely. And that scarcity, of course, affects the price.
I bet. How much more expensive is it?
The source gives a comparison. Regular aji from Futsu might be around 1,500 yen per kilo.
Golden aji. Usually over 2,000 yen per kilo. So yeah, it's a premium high-end product.
Makes sense. Is Futsu the only place?
Futsu is key, but the source mentions other landing spots too, like Yokosuka in Kanagawa Prefecture.
And while frying is the star, you mentioned its size. Does that make it good for other things too?
Absolutely. Because it's large and thick, it's apparently ideal for filleted sushi.
Ooh, nice.
And people also love it as really fatty sashimi or just simply salted and grilled. It's versatile because of its quality.
Okay.
But the source makes this really bold claim. It says, once you've tasted the real golden horse mackerel,
Yeah,
you might never go back to the ordinary kind.
never go back.
Yeah.
That's intense. Is it really that much better or just different? Or is the source just
Mm.
hyping its premium status?
I think the source is definitely emphasizing its superior quality, framing it as, like, once you've had this, everything else might seem a bit lacking. It sets a high bar. Sets a high bar, fair enough.
Okay.
Okay, so for someone who wants to try this, maybe a visitor to Japan, the source gives some practical tips on how to best enjoy it.
It
So,
does. A few good pointers. First up, varying flavor with seasonings.
don't just stick to one sauce.
Exactly. The idea is to try different things on different pieces of the fish, see how each seasoning brings out different notes in the flavor.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What are the typical options?
You've got your standards: Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, tartar sauce, maybe a squeeze of lemon, a dab of mustard.
Right.
Interestingly, the source notes regional differences in Japan. Like, sauce is dominant overall, but soy sauce is surprisingly common in Tohoku and Kyushu.
Ah,
And there's this fun little bit about a taste sensor AI from Keio University.
an AI taste tester.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And apparently found the best match was with Ajipan.
Ajipon, the citrusy soy sauce. That's unexpected, but I can kind of see it.
Me too. So, yeah, the tip is experiment. Don't just douse it all in one thing.
Good advice. What's the next tip?
Understanding the Golden Horse Mackerel brand. Basically, remember, you're not just eating any old fried fish.
Right. Appreciate the backstory.
Exactly. Know that it's this special non-migratory fish from places like Futsu or Kanaya, living near reefs, getting big and fat, golden color peak season.
All the stuff we talked about.
Yeah. And knowing it's rare, caught one by one. The source argues that context helps you really appreciate that unique sweetness and richness that ordinary fried aji's just doesn't have.
That's another layer to the whole experience. Makes sense. And the final tip.
The combination with the ultimate tartar sauce.
Ah, tartar sauce. A
Yeah.
classic with fried fish.
Absolutely indispensable, according to the source. But it highlights that in Japan, you get common tartar sauce, but also lots of unique original Japanese versions.
Oh, like what?
Well, the basic Japanese style is often boiled egg, chopped onion, mayo, lemon juice, vinegar. Pretty standard.
Okay.
But then you get creative variations, like the Japanese tartar sauce with things like OISHII, that's pearl leaf, and myoga, Japanese ginger, adds a fresh, herby element.
That sounds good.
Or even a gochu tartar sauce, using Korean gochujang paste for a tangy, spicy kick.
Wow. Okay. So, exploring these unique Japanese tartar sauces is part of the experience.
Definitely. Trying those original sauces with a perfectly fried piece of golden aji, the source suggests that's a really special taste of Japan.
Cool.
It even calls going somewhere just specifically for this dish a luxurious adult pleasure.
A luxurious adult pleasure. I like that description. Elevates it beyond just dinner.
For sure.
So, for anyone ready to chase that luxurious pleasure, the source recommends a few specific restaurants.
It does. Highlights 3 spots.
Yeah.
First is Sasuke Shikudo in Chiba Prefecture.
Ah, the one from the TV fame.
That's the one. Located in Kanaya, Futsu City, right on Tokyo Bay. Very famous, often on TV and in magazines.
Sounds popular. Bet it gets crowded.
Apparently known for long lines, even before opening. It's just a small diner.
But the fish is worth the wait.
Seems so. Their golden aji fry is described as huge, like 1.5 to 2 times bigger than normal. Delivers that perfect crispy outside, juicy inside, and notably, no fishy smell, just pure sweet flavor.
Nice. What's the must order there?
Their signature is the Sasuke set meal. It smartly includes both the fry and sashimi.
Oh, good call. Taste it both ways.
Exactly. Lets you appreciate the fish's quality. They also serve other seasonal local fish sashimi. Big hit with locals and tourists making the trip.
Sounds like a destination. Okay, where else?
Next up, Fish Market Nishio in Shizuoka Prefecture. This one's in the restaurant area of Numazu Port.
Numazu Port. And the source says,
It's well known and apparently really loved by the local fish market workers, which, is usually a very good sign.
absolutely. If the people who handle fish all day eat there, it must be good.
Right. Their aji fry is the signature dish. Super fresh fish, obviously. And they even get special breadcrumbs from a local bakery.
Little details like that matter.
Totally. The experience is described really vividly, the aroma, the harmony of crispy batter and fluffy fish inside. Numazu itself is known for great horse mackerel, so these thick, juicy fries are a booming local delicacy there. Lots of tourists find their way there, often thanks to those local recommendations.
A true local favorite that's getting wider attention. Great. And the third one.
That's Shikudo Inoue in Kanagawa Prefecture, located in Enoshima, Fujisawa City, near the coast and the port.
Inoshima. Okay. What's the vibe there?
Described as having a charming, old-fashioned look, kind of relaxing.
Nice. And they're aji fry.
Thick, meaty pieces, fine breading. The batter is apparently thickish, but still really crispy, and the fish inside is described as rather firm and satisfying. The source calls it a gem that shows careful work.
Sounds like quality craftsmanship.
Yeah, they use fresh local seafood. Simple, reliable, high-quality cooking seems to be their thing.
Do they have other specialties?
Yep. Also popular for kaizen shirashi, that's the scattered seafood rice bowl, and namashirasu, fresh raw white bait when in season. A favorite for locals and Enoshima visitors alike.
Okay, so 3 excellent but potentially different experiences. The source also mentions cooking this at home, just briefly. Is that actually feasible?
The source kind of says it's difficult,
Yeah.
but possible,
Hmm.
especially with modern cooking gadgets.
Right.
It frames it more as like a fun, luxurious project for a day off, not really your quick weeknight
For
meal.
challenge for the dedicated home cook, maybe.
Got it?
Okay, before we wrap, the source had that little extra bit about the name Aji itself. Where does that come from?
Yeah, it's a fun aside.
Hmm.
Like a lot of old names, there isn't just one answer. Multiple theories exist.
What's the main one?
The best-known theory comes from an Edo period scholar, Arai Shiraishi. He suggested aji just comes from the word aji, meaning taste, because it's a tasty fish.
Huh. Simple and makes sense. Tasty fish is Aji.
Pretty persuasive, right? And the source adds that sometimes other tasty fish get called aiji in local dialects, which kind of supports it.
Okay. Are there other theories, maybe about the specific kanji character used? That ren.
Yeah, focusing on that character. One idea links the san part to the third month, March, in the lunar calendar, which is around May today, maybe suggesting that's a key season for the fish.
Interesting.
Another theory is that it comes from the fish's habit of gathering in schools. San can relate to joining or participating.
Ah, okay.
And there's even a theory that the character we use now is actually a misspelling of a different, older character.
Wow, so many possibilities behind just one name.
Right. But the main point the source makes is that aji, in general, has been super familiar and loved in Japan for ages, like since the Jomon period, valued for its taste, and the source uses the word friendliness.
Friendliness, I like that, even though this golden version is pretty high-end and rare.
Yeah, it suggests approachability, even as this specific type becomes a delicacy, a staple elevated.
Okay, let's try and pull this all together. This has been fascinating. We've learned that Japanese golden fried horse mackerel isn't just any fried fish.
Definitely not.
It's unique because of where it lives, that non-migratory lifestyle near coastal reefs.
Right, that leads to its superior size, texture, and that really clean, rich flavor.
Which makes it perfect for frying, getting that amazing crispy outside and super plump, juicy inside.
The ideal fry.
It's rare, it's premium, it's got national recognition, even its own dedicated day, March 21st.
Thanks to some clever wordplay.
And there are all these specific ways to enjoy it, seeking out top restaurants, trying comparison fries, experimenting with those unique Japanese tartar sauces.
It really shows how environment, culture, and cooking skill can turn a relatively simple ingredient into a true culinary destination. A point of pride, even.
It absolutely does. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? How the specific place a creature lives can so profoundly change its nature, its taste, its value as food.
Hmm. Makes you wonder what other foods have similar stories hidden in their origins, place shaping taste.
Exactly. Or, on the flip side, how cultural things like wordplay, creating a holiday, or a TV show feature can take a beloved ingredient and elevate it, not just into, like, a cultural icon, but a real economic engine, too.
Yeah, definitely something to mull over next time you come across a dish with a real story behind it.